Welcome back, everybody, to some Dcrl action. I am so glad to be back here with you guys. I'm going to just volume real quick. Sweet. Welcome. Tonight, we are joined by the one and only Yellow Dog for some amazing action for Dcrl.
What's up, guys?
All right, yep. So, keep it pretty brief because this is all best of 7, so we got to crunch in a bunch of matches here tonight. First and foremost, we've got Doughbois versus Break Failure. Let's try to not trip myself up on that real quick. Let's just jump straight to the standings. So, looking at this, Doughbois and Break Failures are the 8th and the 9th seed here. So, this is going to be a very, very tight matchup, and honestly, we were talking about it before, I kind of don't want to make my personal predictions for this matchup because it's going to be really, really close. So, honestly, nothing stands out stats-wise. What are you seeing here?
Yeah, as we get towards each team's stats, it gets a little bit more interesting. But as a whole team, very similar. These two teams, especially in their winning percentage, both 42%. I don't know who I'm gonna predict tonight, like you said, but I think it's gonna be very close every game.
Yep, 100%. Well, let's look at the bracket real quick here. So this matchup is actually kind of huge for these players because, unfortunately, with the Pop Pumpkins knocking the OGs down to the lower bracket, the loser of this match is going to face the number 2 seed in the lower bracket. So you do not want to be on that tail end of things. But for the winner, they're still not going to be looking too fortunate. They have to go play McFlurry's, the number 1 seed. But luckily enough for them, if they do have that happen and they lose, I mean, if they win, they do go to the semifinals, which is amazing. But if they lose, they go down into a much more comfortable situation for this tournament. So huge match for both of these teams. You do not want to be facing a 2 seed in the lower bracket. Let's take a look at our team standings first. Let's look at the Doughbois. So the Doughbois, as some of you guys might as well know at this point because we're so far into the season, we've got Scout, Sleepy, and Rooney here. Scout putting up 1.13. He is definitely the goal leader of the squad. And the rest of them definitely putting in their own part too. I haven't had too much experience playing with these guys, so I don't know a ton about these guys. And also, this is the one team that we did not get to play during the season. So I don't know a ton about these guys, but looking stats-wise, they're all definitely even across the field. They're all doing their own part. They're all getting their touches on the ball and doing their own share on the field. Looking over on the other side of things, the Break Failures, what are you seeing here?
Yeah, Dusty and Urban Living being the main leading goal scorers of this team, being more of the mechanical guys on this team, and Skull being that solid third man. But I think Dusty and Urban Living being the kind of goal scorers of this team. But honestly, I think Dusty's more of a kind of fits into where he needs to fit into in this team. Definitely a glue guy for this team, which is definitely not a bad role to have as a captain. Kind of filling in the holes for your team.
Yep, and definitely they're all doing their own part. Both of these teams don't have that one athlete that's going to be the person who is absolutely dominating on the field, but both of these teams all getting their own fair share of the field, doing great on rotations and doing an amazing job all over the field. So it's kind of a very team-based, not really a solo carry match tonight that we're looking at. What do you think we're going to get for what do you think is going to happen in this series? Do you think game count, predictions, what do we got?
Obviously, as a caster, I want to see Game 7. I think there's a good chance for Game 7 to happen tonight. So I will predict Game 7, and I'm going to say Break Failure in 7. I'm going to cheer. I got to cheer for the Ray Dusty, and bet on him for tonight.
Yep. I am going to have to probably go with Doughboy. Break Failure on this. I'm going to have to agree with you. I think this one goes 7. Both teams are definitely very equally, in just all stats across the board. There's nothing that really stands up here, and when I made the playoff bracket, I definitely chose Break Failure here, unless I'm wrong, and I'm just, my memory is not
I believe that
here,
is
right?
true.
But I did predict Break Failure here, so I'm going to have to stick with it. I'm going to have to go with my prediction. This is also one of the ones I felt least confident in because, again, I have not played Doughboys. I don't know too much about how they play. I haven't seen them play too much, so honestly, it's kind of a risky situation to go either way. So I'm going to go in 7 because it definitely could go either way. I do look forward to seeing hopefully a longer series, hopefully a very eventful series, maybe some lore here. I don't know, something cool to happen here. I'm looking forward to this matchup. Unfortunately, it looks like they might have accidentally started a match a little bit too late, but regardless, I don't know. What are you looking forward to see out of these players? What do you think you need to see out of each team in order for them to take home the dub tonight?
Yeah, on Team Break Failure, I'm looking for a lot of consistency out of Urban Living. His mental is commonly talked about in the community. I'm looking for him to stay on track tonight. And then Skull, I remember last series I casted of them. He had a couple games where he absolutely popped off. He can have those pop-off games. I'm looking for him to have a couple of those tonight.
Yep, and let's just throw it back real quick because I think we kind of jumped over the bracket a little bit. Go over real quick what you've seen thus far. What action have we had so far in this division?
In this division, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not too familiar with this division. I believe Papa Pumpkins has played against OGs. I don't know if any other teams played in this division yet.
It's the Pop Funks and the OGs, and the Boost Injectors and Missing Image have played. We have yet to
Right.
see Game 6 or Game 7 yet, which is actually wild for
Wow.
best of sevens, because the Boost Injectors swept Missing Image, sending them to the lower bracket, and we got the 4-1 win over here, sending the OGs down to the lower bracket. So we have yet to see a Game 6 or Game 7, so we're about to see some history happen for this season, I guess, a little bit, hopefully. Maybe I'm cursing that a little bit, but I'm hoping to see a very eventful match tonight. I can't wait to get into it as soon as we can get these guys in here.
Are they in here yet?
Unfortunately not, which to be fair, we are still 3
Yeah.
minutes early, so we did kind of speed through those a little quick, so I don't blame them too much. Unfortunately, music, it likes to pause on me for some reason. Don't ask me why. I'm not the genius with Spotify, so there we go.
Yeah, on a side note, I want to add that last time these guys played, I believe it was week 2, and I want to say it was a reverse sweep in Break Failure's benefit. So I think this matchup could be very momentum based and could lead to maybe a shorter series if one team catches fire earlier than the other. But I think there'll be a momentum shift in the series. I don't know about you.
I think timeouts are going to be crucial for both teams here. Looking at just since they're both momentum-based team from what you said, I think what's going to happen is we're going to see an A team. Now, this is getting a little cold because I'm starting to predict per game predictions here. But I think we see one team go up 2-0, timeout gets called, next team goes up another 2, and then you do the thing where you just take a timeout after losing 2. And then maybe the next one goes 4-2. Maybe this goes 4-2, but I think they maybe battle it back after they both have had a little bit of timeout. Maybe just a little bit. But I think it's going to be an interesting run regardless. In case you're wondering for the other matches tonight, we have Div A and Div D coming later, so make sure you stick after this match for those, because those will definitely be some intense matchups, and I cannot wait to see those as well. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to tonight's series. Not even just this one. Seeing some Div A matchups on stream is always a fun time. You usually don't get it in early enough to get it on stream. You don't see a lot of Div A on stream, so it'll be definitely fun to watch later on after this stream.
Well, props to the production community, because we have thus far gone 4 days in a row with getting streams, I believe, and since there's rumors of having another stream tomorrow, we will be 5 for 5 this week, in right off the rip, a perfect streak of getting everything streamed, which will be amazing. Unfortunately not the very first match. I think that's you guys that we can stream, but was that you guys? I don't know.
Yeah. To be fair though, it was before that.
It
Monday.
was Friday,
It was
yeah.
a good bit. It was on the Friday, so it was a few days before, just because of scheduling conflicts and a teammate being on vacation for a whole week. But either way, a lot of streams so far.
Yep, and I believe we are ready to get into this. So let's throw it over to the matchup after a short bathroom break from a couple of the players. We are good to go. and let's just jump right into it. First match, and somehow, are they all correct? That would be amazing if they just all worked. Now they do somehow. That is awesome. I don't think that we've ever had that yet, but we'll take it.
I believe there's a Master Shambu in the lobby. I don't know. I believe that was Sleepy that changed it back to his name, thankfully. I would have been messing that up all game. But early on, a lot of pressure here from Break Failure coming in, and a good demo coming in from Dusty. He's got 1.5 demos per game, and looking to make that a factor in this first game. He's gonna take this up the sidewall, like it's challenged by Scout early. Skull going for a shot here, puts it on target, powered down, and an early goal coming up from Team Break Failure.
Just gonna turn the audio down real quick. It's a little loud. We're good now. But yeah, right off the rip, getting a 1-goal lead for Break Failure, trying to get that momentum on their side is huge, and definitely glad to see it. Get hands situated. Unfortunately, we had a lot of players not get in until right at the last moment, but we take those anyway.
Yeah, another demo coming up from Dusty, and a lot of pressure here from Break Failure. Already up 1-0, trying to make this 2-0, but Urban kind of getting bumped around here, can't quite find the net. Rooney will get a good clear. Dusty gonna catch this towards the corner, gets a hard touch to the corner, but recovers it. Will make a second touch, maybe a third touch. He's gonna catch this one, no boost to work with, and he gets challenged by Scout. Smart challenge, and Skull will make the save to the corner. Sleeper will challenge this out mid for teammate, but Urban cuts it off early. Scout will try to keep the pressure on and try to reverse this pressure coming out from Break Failure early.
Yep, momentum is the name of the game for today between these very, very close players, and definitely having that first goal lead for Break Failures is huge. We'll see if Doughboys can respond and can get this one back, try to battle back and forth for this, as Scout makes a great save to keep that one out of their net. But Dusty with a huge 50, it's not quite in, and there it is. Urban Living slams one into the back of the net.
Yeah, not quite the touch that Sleepy wanted here. A bit awkward on the back wall, and it bounces up as he's falling down. It just hits off the crossbar, and Urban just puts that one in right after the mistake coming up from Sleepy. And Break Failure going up 2-0 early in this game one, taking this momentum.
Yep, great kickoff for Break Failure. Unfortunately, that's not what Doughboys want, because now they're back on their defensive half yet. I don't think we've seen much of the orange half just yet, but Doughboys looking to try to get that right here. They got a great push here. Let's see if they can shut down the turning it right back the other way, and unfortunately Break Failure get it right back into the blue field. It seems like they just get it back out of the blue side, but then immediately kick back out. As I'm saying that, a little bit of an overcommit, and that might be in, not quite.
No.
That one needs to go in if you're Doughboys. How did that one stay out of the net?
Yeah, Scout just not getting a great first touch, and then kind of panicked and got an early second touch when he didn't need to. But they're going to keep this pressure on. Maybe a little bit of overcommitting. Open shot for Urban. Can't quite find the net. Scout can't quite find the clear. Goal. Pulls that one wide. Urban's going to stay on this one. Can't quite find it. Dusty will take this one up the wall. Doesn't get a great touch. Goal. Back to the sidewall. Back to Dusty. Can he find a touch? Yes, he can. Out to Urban. Shoots it, but just a little bit low and not on target. Rooney will save that one.
Love to see the passing plays come out for Break Failure. See, unfortunately for Doughboys, Break Failure look like they're already feeling good on this pitch, and yet we have not seen Doughboys really come alive just yet in this game. So hopefully they can find their stride a little bit and we can actually get a match on our hands. But for now, it's kind of just all Break Failures. It's all the story of Break Failures. What are they going to do? How are they going to score next? But as I'm saying that, Scout's going to do his part to get it down the field, gets a bump, but Skull is able to collect it and push it out.
Yeah, I haven't quite called Dusty's name too much yet, but I've just kind of noticed he's been a very, like I said earlier, very much of a glue guy, just making very solid touches, very consistent for his teammates, getting multiple touches, beating defenders, and his demos too. Like, as I say that, he gets another demo, and every time he's gotten a demo, it's led to a lot of pressure for Team Break Failure. Double commit and both missing. That's not what you want to see if you're a Doughboys fan, but Scout will clear that one out and save Doughboys.
Yep. Now Sleepy with a little bit of control tries to go under Urban Living, but can't quite find it. Rooney with a great, oh, sorry, not Rooney, Scout with a great 50. Now Rooney with a great 50 of his own. He heard me say it and said, you know what, we'll make it so that your casting is accurate and we'll just get a great one of our own. Dusty gonna do his part to try to dribble it out. both teams not really booming it around, which you'd love to see. A lot of problems with just players in general in Rocket League is they just boom the ball, they don't control it out. But honestly, these players are doing a great job of controlling the ball and not booming it away. Fortunately for Doughboys, this is only their first good attempt on the orange side, and nothing is quite finding its way in. Rooney going to be able to collect this. With 30 seconds left on the clock, it might be a little too late for anything to get going. As I'm saying that, Scout trying to get it pushed up the field. A great 50 comes out from Sleepy. It doesn't quite find its way. Somehow that Dominus body was high enough to keep it out of the net, but unfortunately, that means the time is ticking down and Doughboys are running out for this first game.
Yeah, great performance early on from this Break Failure team. Going up almost 2-1. Got one for the nearly. Scout will try to get one for the road. Can't quite find it. And Break Failure will win this first game 2-0, coming out strong.
Yeah, what a game coming out from Break Failure to get that early aggression. Just skip over the nerves for this. Honestly, it was great to see come out of these guys. And now they have the first game of the series goes towards Break Failure. They will be getting the first lead. Let's see if they can do what I predicted and just go the 2-0 and then the 2-2 and then so on and so forth. Take a timeout for Doughboys. But thus far from this match, though, that's looking a little too far ahead. Skull, we didn't really talk too much about him in the early game. He definitely came alive in that match. 54 touches on the ball, putting up a goal of his own. What a play. I mean, there's nothing really huge stat line. I mean, 2s across the board for saves, shots, and demos. But he kind of, like, came alive, which definitely helped the momentum of his entire team. And it kind of helped shut down Doughboys, whereas on Doughboys, nothing really stands. Scout was kind of trying to solo the entire team of Break there. We need to see Sleepy and Rooney come alive a little bit. They might be a little nervous because it's the first match of playoffs, but they need to shake off those nerves and get past them.
Yeah, not a lot of momentum coming up from, like you said, Sleepy and Rooney. They're kind of making soft touches, but not quite controlling it, kind of giving it away to the other team. So I'm looking for them to either take control of the ball or make nice, powerful touches over Break Failure.
Yep, and as we get into this next match, let's see how Doughboys respond, or if we get that 2-0 lead from Break Failure. Break Failure definitely has a little bit more comfortable sitting. Almost a great start for Break Failure, but not quite. Now it's going the other way. A two-man push. Can't quite get it around Dusty. Dusty is a god behind those 50s, and he's doing a great job to carry this up the field, almost solo, taking it all the way up, but the Scout is there to shut him down and say, I'm not going to let you get all three of us. Now, Dusty trying to challenge Rooney, gets a beat around it to the corner. Urban Living trying to control it himself. Can't quite get it. Sleepy with a great shot. That would have been huge for Doughboys. Can't quite find it, though, and Urban Living there to shut it down. Rooney trying to get it going himself. Can't quite find it either. Sleepy just going to boom it up the field.
A lot of pressure already coming out from Doughboys here. And a good 50 coming up from Rooney, creating more pressure. Awkward on the back line. Dusty can't quite find the touch. It's awkward in the corner. Goal will find a nice touch out. Not many people back for Doughboys. Sleepy gets a decent touch, but Dusty is there to stall it out. And a lot of pressure already coming out from Doughboys. And they're getting more pressure again out in the corner. We'll get it mid. Urban there to keep away that pass from going in. Might try to find an air dribble here. But Sleepy will save that. Kind of got a touch too far away. Not enough pop on that ball. Scout will get a boom out. That's an open net. Where is Team Break Failure? He left on defense, and that's in.
That is huge for Doughboys. Unfortunately, Break Failure were caught a little bit too far. I think there was a demo on the field. I think Sleepy demoed the third man. I'm not quite sure because the camera wasn't quite focused over there yet. But what a huge play coming out from Doughboys, getting that momentum back. Maybe we see a little bit of flip the script from my idea, but great nonetheless coming out from both teams. Now we've got a little bit of a series on our hand as Dusty trying to prove me wrong and say, nope, we're just going to really quick tie this up and show you that we are still going to take this game too. This is still us. Break Failure tie up the game with a great shot coming out from Dusty.
Yeah, Dusty with a great recovery on that wall and getting his first of the series. If he starts getting hot, this Break Failure team can be scary because it looks like Urban and Skull are hot. Urban trying to find the shot, but a good 50 coming out from Doughboys. Another good 50 on Skull, but a nice demo coming from Urban Living, alleviating that pressure that they were building up. Rooney trying to build up the pressure once again. Skull with a touch to the corner of 50. That's outside wall. Demo on Dusty, back wall for Urban, but he gets this nice touch, but it's out mid for Rooney, and he puts that in the middle of the net. Great shot from Rooney here.
Yep, what a play coming from Doughboys to get them the lead yet again. Rooney, well, Scout, great touch to the corner, perfectly placing it in the middle for a finish from Rooney. What a play coming out from them. 3 minutes still on the clock, so it isn't even close to being over just yet. We have a 2-1 lead for Doughboys.
Yeah, I'm loving what I'm seeing from Doughboys here. A lot more aggressive this game, coming up from Sleepy and Rooney. That's exactly what they needed to do. And it's obviously proving to work so far, going up 2-1. The Skull will try to make this 2-2 with a pass on mid. Can't quite find it. Rooney with a nice 50 in midfield. We'll try to find another around Urban. This is a lot of pressure coming in for Team Break Failure. Maybe another 50. The Skull gets a nice beat and a nice 50. This could be open. Dusty can't quite find the shot or the pass, and they will be set back on defense.
What a 50 coming out from Sleepy. He's able to continue this one himself, but there's Dusty to shut him down. Get a dangerous play to the middle. A demo comes out. No one's there to follow up, unfortunately. There's Skull with the follow-up. It took a little bit, but he got there. But there's Scout to deny the shot. The Scout's going to try to collect it. He can't quite get it, but he does pop around one. Rooney there to 50 it back across the field. That one won't find itself in, but it definitely gets a relief of the pressure from Break Failure.
Yeah, a lot of pressure coming in from Break Failure, from Demos and 50, and a lot of pressure is coming in from Doughboys with beats and passes. So I'm interested to see what that's going to look like throughout the series and how that's going to change and how that'll affect the amount of pressure each team has and which one will work better. The Skull will maybe try to find Dusty here. Can't quite find the touch. We'll take this one up the wall, but Urban Living's there to shut it down. A good demo coming up from Dusty. Urban will get a touch, but also demoed. It's just a war on this field right now. A nice shot coming to top right. Can't quite find it. That was so close. But a good save coming out from Break Failure. Urban will find a short touch to the corner. Sleepy can't quite find either. This is dangerous. Urban Living with a good 50 out. And Break Failure will survive the pressure for now.
An absolute scramble on defense to keep it out of their net, but they do just that. It may have looked a little messy, but they kept it out, and there's Urban Living to still keep it out, to maintain that 1-goal deficit. Try to maybe get it back on the offense. There's Scout for the shot. He can't quite finish. There's Dusty now going the other way. Sleepy is going to collect it on the sidewall, try to get it out. He can't quite find the touch he needs, but that one does find the back of the net. Urban Living reads the fact that Sleepy can't quite reach it. No one else can reach it either, and he's there for the shot, and he slams it left side where Rooney can't reach it. What a goal to tie it up.
Yeah, nice little balancer coming out from Urban, recognizing the open side on that left side of the goal, and that's a good way to tie it up with 45 seconds left in this game too. Trying to keep this. What a great touch off the back wall from Urban, and a good touch from Dusty, and Rooney can't quite find it off the back line. Tries to half flip back into it, but can't quite get it.
Unfortunately, Cam's going to be across the world to see that one, so I couldn't actually tell 100% what was going there. I was reading something else. But unfortunately for Doughboys, that means they do have a 1-goal deficit from the lead they had all game from 1-0 and then 2-1. And unfortunately, that means they now have 30 seconds to tie this one up. Rooney going to boom it across the field. 30 seconds left. It's about to be set, time, and done. Can Doughboys tie this up? The demo comes out. Sleepy there to deny the second goal. Scout there to, not Scout, Rooney there to shut it down and go the other way, which is what you need. What a shot comes out from Scout. Can't quite find the back of the net, and now Dusty able to take there. Sleepy going to collect on the side. See if Sleepy can do anything. Can't quite do anything with that ball. Scout goes for the demo, and that's going to touch the floor. 2-game lead for the Break Failure. Let's see if they take a timeout. Often a lot, yep, and there we do see the timeout coming from Break Failure. Well, sorry, not Break Failure, Doughboys. Sorry, that'd be a little bit weird if Break Failure took the timeout there, but it does come out, and we have a, I believe that's it's 2 minutes timeout for each team, or they can end it early. But what do you think Doughboys need to change up if they want to come back and they want to flip the script a little bit?
I think just maybe being a little bit more passive on that third man, a little bit more aggressive on the second man. There's a lot of open shot, like uncontested shots. It wasn't quite an open net or Break Failure, but just open shots coming out from them. Being able to just not have to rush your shot, being able to place it with power. And those are going to be hard shots to defend every time. So I'm looking for Doughboys to challenge the ball a bit early on the second man and just be cautious of shots as a third man.
Yep, honestly, I couldn't have said it better. That's kind of my exact thought going into this next match is kind of their second man. I'm seeing a lot of 50s get left straight for, a lot of 50s getting left for break failures to collect on, and then they just kind of pick up the ball. Oh, I need to flip that. My bad. This is my first time in Grab, for the record, and I forgot you need to when the time comes. But I'm wondering, honestly, after this, what they're going to go over, what they're going to say, because for me, that's kind of the main thing is I'm seeing a lot of balls just free for break failure to collect, and they need to send that second man and be there ready to collect that ball.
Yeah, building off of that, break failure have done a great job of just being in the right position at the right time, and that's hard to go up against when the other team's just kind of locked in and being where they need to. Being where you need to is the fastest way to be fast in this game, rather than just being mechanically fast. Being in the right position, you'll be there faster than people who are, I guess, mechanically fast, if that makes sense.
Yep, just being there, being quick, getting to the ball quick. Honestly, regardless, though, I wonder, do Doughboys get one back? I think if they don't get one back here, I think it might be just about game for break failure if they can just get this next one. But I do see Doughboys with a lot more aggression. I can see that second man. Maybe they did talk about that a little bit. But regardless, play is still kind of not... I don't know if you can really call it on one side yet because it's kind of flitting in the midfield just a little bit. But a great shot coming out from Skull. I didn't think there was a shot possibility there, but he certainly found one. Flick coming from Dusty. And as I was talking about possession, they're kind of stuck on their back foot again. They need to get off this back foot if they want to get back into this. But unfortunately, for now, they're stuck in their own half.
Yeah, I think a large part of why this second man has been kind of lackluster and this third man's been too aggressive is they've been put in a lot of awkward situations. Dusty's been getting a lot of demos. He's been averaging around 3 demos per game so far. I've been seeing a lot of demos with his name behind him. And that's creating a lot of pressure for Team Break Failure. I'm looking to see what Doughboy has an answer to that. If they're going to dodge the demos or if they have a plan for that. Yeah, so far it's been kind of back and forth. Not sure who really has more pressure. Rooney with a questionable flip towards the net, but he gets a demo on the Skull, and Urban will try to put this one midfield. Can't quite find it.
Yep. Skull trying to collect that in the corner. He kind of booms it away to Sleepy. Sleepy there to try to collect, but there's Dusty. Shut it back down. That boomer ball coming out a little bit. Urban gonna collect it in the corner. Can't get it around Scout, and Scout's gonna send it a long way. Dusty's able to collect. Gets a boom to the sidewall where Urban Living was waiting. Dusty there for the pass. Can't quite find it. He's barely caught out in almost a perfect passing play coming out from break failure off of a timeout. But fortunately for Doughboys, it does not connect. Sleepy able to collect this one. Gets an amazing 50 coming out. Kind of just floating in the corner for a little bit. Scout trying to keep it out of the net. Gets a great save. Kind of trying to just sort of slow down the play a little, slow down the aggression. Seems like they're just trying to slow all of the pace of the game down. Just make it their own game. Just trying to flip the script a little bit.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot more demos and bump attempts coming out from this Doughboy team. Maybe trying to reenact what this Break Failure team is doing. They're seeing that is working and maybe trying to recreate it. Urban will find a touch on mid. Going for the demo here. Skull will have an open shot. Can't quite get enough juice behind it. Dusty will take a 50 in midfield, but Doughboys wins that one. Rooney will try to take this one. Urban gets a nice 50 again. Dusty tries to shoot, but Scout is there to shut that down. And Skull jumping up for that one as Urban catches it. They're gonna have a lot of pressure on them. Scout gets a good 50. Can Rooney find a good touch here? Gets a touch to the left. Sleepy's gonna follow this one, but Skull beats him to the ball. Maybe a double attempt, but Sleepy shuts that one down on the back wall.
You know, this is certainly a lower scoring game. We have now gone from the previous matches, almost a goal being scored within the first minute every single time, and then easily being responded really quickly, or a second goal put up, to suddenly we are only a minute 40 left in the entire match, and we are still scoreless. As I'm saying that, great shot comes out from Scout, but Urban Living going to take it to the ceiling. But for both teams, this is not on par to see a very low-scoring game. And as I'm saying that, Rooney going to put another one. They can't let me finish my thought before they put another dangerous attempt on net. Doughboys definitely coming alive. I think they honestly, probably in their pregame, talked a lot about focusing on defense and slowing down the scoring in this match and focusing primarily on not letting goals go in. I've said it again. I am a huge fan of one-goal games. Like, personally, to like rank up, I love just trying to keep the opponent scoreless as much as I can.
Do we have a rule one?
Do we? Did I miss one? We do have a rule one. A great sight to see coming out from 3v3 matches. It definitely switches up the pace, and who knows who this favors. But when you have less players on the field, it does mean you have a higher chance of scoring, which is why can he finish before Scout? A beautiful goal coming out. Just going to be a lob to the side from Rooney. Skull can't quite get it up in time before Scout can lob one straight into the back of the net.
Yeah, the captain being out for team break failure there probably puts him at a disadvantage being that glue guy. I don't know how much Skull and Urban Living play 2v2 together, but obviously they got scored on there, so maybe not as much as they would like to in that scenario. But Sleepo will try to take this one shut down by Dusty early. This midfield presence has been good from both teams. It's just kind of sat in this midfield, kind of an open shot, but Urban will be back there from the demo. Gal will try to put one out mid. None of his teammates will be there. Awkward touch from Dusty. Urban will take this one. Can't quite find it. Another touch. Goal up to Urban. Shut down by Rooney. Dusty, they need to score one quick. There's only 7 seconds left, but they're stuck in their own half. Urban Living will try to make that happen. Shut down by Sleepy. And yeah, Doughboys will take this game 3. As you said, they're going to go down 0-2, take their timeout, and take another game.
You know, it's not often that you see rule ones, but it is a huge thing for Doughboys because it does get them the momentum back on their side. And let's see if they can continue this momentum, because they need this next one in order to force well, I guess at least that'd make it a game 6. And I think they've got the momentum. It's kind of hilarious that the momentum comes out of a Rule 1. But looking at the scoreboard here a little bit, it looks like all of Doughboys are getting an even piece of the ball, but it looks like kind of Breakthrough are getting shut out, which is weird because they had a lot of earlier presence on the field. And I don't know, I just like to see them working together, making sure everyone's getting time on the ball and just everyone's doing their own part. As we get into this next matchup of the night, let's get into game 4 of Doughboys versus Breakfailers. Let's see if Doughboys can tie up the series, at least force a game 6, the first game 6 in Division B yet. Let's see if they can do it here. Sleepy trying to get one slotted, do it just for Doughboys, can't quite find it. A little bit of an overcommit. Can Rudy get back? He does get back. Almost a lethal overcommit coming out from Doughboys, but it is saved away from a diving save from Rooney, who is now trying to push the ball up the field himself. Can't quite get it himself. Sleepy Scout there to slam it into the corner. And now we have a little bit of just banging back and forth from the different teams.
Yeah, super awkward game so far. Both teams maybe just trying to figure each other out yet again. That last game, I don't know if I want to call it Mickey or not. But Breakfair do end up losing that game. Maybe starting to question whether or not they really have this in the bag like they thought after game 2. Scout will put this one a little bit high. But Dusty will be there to shut that down. Finds the second touch, no boost, but Rooney will put this one back out mid. Nobody's there. Double commit coming out from break failure. Not the best thing you want to see. Dusty with a good beat. Is anyone there to go? But Dusty going again. Dusty going a third time out mid. Goal, can't quite find the touch. It goes up to the corner. And Sleeper will take this one up the field, maybe with an air dribble. It's shut down by Dusty. This ball is just floating in the midfield. Scout will catch it though. A lot of time on the ball. Urban Living, not a great 50. Dusty gets a good touch out, but it's straight to Sleepy. Back to Dusty. Oh my goodness. Dusty
almost fell on that. Dusty coming from the heavens just to drop on the ball and deny Sleepy from anything. That's almost hilarious, you see. But Sleepy gets one pass out to Rooney. Rooney can't quite find the touch. Scout can't quite beat out Dusty, and now it's going the other way. They got to deny this. They do. 2 minutes into the match, no one has scored yet. This is huge for Doughboys because thus far the lower scoring games have favored them, whereas the higher games have favored break failure. So maybe that is the strat. Maybe that's the strat to keep them at 1 goal game here. Sleepy goes for that ball, can't quite find it. Rooney with a pop to the backboard. Skull gonna lob one, but Sleepy and Scout are there back. Scout can collect in the corner, but there's Urban Living to 50 him out of that.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of better rotations coming out from this Doughboys team, but it's popped up and it's awkward. It might just be in. The Sleepy gets it off the backboard. That was close. I thought that was in, but Doughboys will take this one up the field again. Scout gets a nice demo on Skull in the midfield. This might be a lot of pressure, but Urban will find a soft touch out. Dusty gets a demo, but it's going back towards their side. That's going to be up, but it's going to be on the back wall. Save from Doughboys. And I'm not sure who that was on the sidewall, but good pass mid.
What a
and Rooney
slot.
puts that one in off the 50.
That's some huge power, placing it just outside of anyone's reach. A great pass coming out from Sleepy, and Rooney's able to beat Skull out and place it fast enough that no one else can get back to that. What a shot. What speed on that, power on that. Doughboys have that 1 goal lead again. Do we see break failure flip the script a little bit, or does Doughboys get a little bit overconfident and let something go in on defense? Because right now, they have a 2 goals on, like, what is the run like for it? I don't even know.
2 goal run?
2 goal. Dude, we're just going to ignore that thought because it ain't going to come to me. But there's Urban Living trying to get it going. Scout going to try to ball anyone who goes after it. Can't quite get it around. Rooney able to catch. Sleepy's up for it to boom it, maybe to possibly Rooney. Unfortunately, it was not quite to be. Skull gonna try to push this out himself. He does get a great 50 to midfield where Dusty can try to collect, or 50 it past them. Now this is an awkward ball for both Scout and Sleepy to play, but unfortunately he gets demoed, and now it's kind of a scramble on defense. A great 50. Rooney coming back to save the team from tragedy. Rooney there to try to pass it mid. Is anyone there? Not quite. That goes all the way across the map to corner where Sleepy's there to collect it. Sleepy there for the demo. Can't quite find the demo. Scout's going to lob it in the corner.
Oh, an open shot come from Dusty, but it can't quite find it. But Skull puts that one in off the back wall. Touch from Dusty. And with 55 seconds left in the game, they equalize this one.
What a goal coming out. Unfortunately, Scout can't quite find the touch. There's a little bit of a weird ball delivery. I think he thought someone was falling up immediately and had to try to panic for a touch. But we do have 1-1 with 55 seconds left. Do we see another goal, or do we see our first overtime of this series?
Yeah, I'm excited for an overtime in this game. I think it could definitely happen. And this game 4 means a lot. If break failure can win this game, they're up 3-1, and that's just really hard to come back from if you're a Doughboys. But if you're Doughboys and you take this game 4, it's tied up 2-2, and you have momentum. So this game 4 is absolutely huge in these best of 7s. But Urban Living will try to catch this one. Can't quite get a good catch on it. Sleepy will get it. But Skull going up for another touch. Beats Rooney. This could be a shot for Dusty, maybe off the back. Well, that's a shot. The Scout is there to save it. Urban will contest this midfield back down to Skull, but Scout ends up 50-50ing it. But Skull with a great pop-up mid, coming back to his own end. Urban with the beat. One to the corner. Maybe one more. Can't go. He finds the demo though. But it's going to be safe in the corner. Rooney gets a nice touch out, but Dusty reads the touch somehow. Can't quite find the second on the back wall. This one will be on the back side wall, and it'll touch the ground for our first OT.
Yep, OT game for Doughboys trying to tie up the series, while as break failure trying to send themselves on match point. Although if they do send them on match point, it would be basically a game of 5 reverse sweep. I mean, if you think about it, if you just subtract 1 game from each team, that'd be best of 5 reverse sweep if break failure gets it. So I mean, they just be doing the opposite to Doughboys. So I wouldn't count them out if they don't win this. But it is definitely a lot harder to come back from a 3-1 than it is to come out from a just a 2-2. What a 50. Urban Living trying to get up to pass it down mid. Can't quite find it, but Dusty's able to collect. Dusty can't quite find the touch, so he backs out, plays it safe. Sleepy there with a 50. That 50 is going to bounce a little dangerous, but there's Dusty to keep it from danger. Rooney with a great attempt there. Scout going to try to control it into the corner. Hits it around 1. Sleepy there for the follow-up. Rooney can't quite. He does dive for it. Does go a little wide. Sleepy there for again. That's shot after shot after shot. Break failure are not failing on defense, and unfortunately for Doughboys, that means that all of their attempts are just being denied immediately. Again and again and again. We are a minute into this overtime, getting some latency and packet loss. Unfortunately, it looks like it's not affecting. Could just be me. But we have tied still in match 4 of overtime.
Yeah, a lot of pressure coming out from Doughboys. They haven't scored yet, but that's not what you like to see for team break failure. You need to get back on offense, and could be a very good attempt, but Skull makes a great save on the goal line. Very awkward, last man back, but this is a shot. Dusty with the save, a good touch, and he'll follow this, maybe try to get a 50 here, get the ground pinch. He'll follow this again, pass on mid, but a great demo coming out, stopping that pass play from being effective, and Scout will save this one backwards. This one's gonna be floating for a minute. Urban Living is up, maybe a shot. Can't quite find it. It's gonna be a little bit too low. Rooney is gonna follow this one up again, but Skull, a pass on mid, and Dusty's there to collect. 2 minutes into this OT in game 4, break failure take it.
That is unfortunate, but you know, sad I can't wait to see after this match concludes is the save stat, because holy crap, both teams putting up so many saves. Definitely stat buffing there in that match. But we do have match point coming out from break failure. And how do you respond? Because now Doughboys, they already used the timeout. They can't really meet for too long to discuss what they need to change up. But you can tell that they're waiting on the ready up, trying to talk a little bit, because they need to fix this, need to get a new game strategy. Because look at that. Holy crap, Dusty putting up 786 points.
Oh my goodness.
Holy, every single person looking like Heat Assassin. 9 saves against 6 saves is insane. That's 3 saves for every single member of break failure. Definitely the Doughboys had the advantage here in the offensive pressure here, but honestly, it somehow came out break failure. And what do you need to fix? Because honestly, they looked like they were playing fine, and they just unfortunately couldn't lock it out in the end. Now we go into match point for break failure, game 5. Do we see the no game 6 or 7, or do we see just it locked out? That's the same thing. Or do we finally see our first game 6 or 7 in Division B?
Yeah, Skull trying to get this game over with and get this series over with, but Doughboys will take this up. Dusty gets a nice 50 towards the back, while Sleep will have this. Never mind, Scout calls him off and takes it for himself. Maybe not the best. Skull gets a shot, but Rooney's there to save it. Urban will find this one to the corner. Not much boost to work with, maybe a pass on mid. This is awkward. Dusty trying to find the shot, but 2 people there to shut that down. A lot of pressure out here early for team break failure. Skull misses that one, maybe alleviating some pressure. Urban, this is just relentless pressure coming out from break failure. They might be scored on soon from overcommitting, but so far it's been working out with all this pressure. Can't quite find the net yet, but it's looking very dangerous for team Doughboys.
That might be open. Not quite. Sleepy diving for that save. What a save coming out from him. The game is definitely heating up. Both sides having a lot of pressure, but you need to hold if you're Doughboys, because there is so much mental fortitude that needs to come out of you. You need to pick up your pick up your socks and just grind it out, because you are in a huge deficit, and it's so easy to lose your motivation when you're at this 1-3 deficit in the series score. And they are definitely doing just that. They're grinding, putting their wills to this match to try to stay alive and get this into at least a game 6. We are only 2 minutes in, and we're already seeing huge plays coming out from both sides. A bump and a pinch play trying to come out from Urban Living. Not quite. That one's going to go backboard. No one's there to follow it up. A little bit of a mistouch coming out from break failure.
Well, a double commit coming out from break failure as well, but it ends up going to Urban Living. But Sleep will shut that one down early. Skull will send it back to the blue half. Scout, another touch of the corner. These are kind of heavy touches coming out from both teams here, but it's going to work out for Scout here. Just hitting it back and forth. It's just blue team, orange team. It's just going back and forth, and it's not stopping anytime soon. But let's see, we'll try to find this one to the mid. It bounces out, awkward. Urban Living, possible shot, puts it off the backboard, but Sleepy finds the touch. Goal will try to put this one back on target. He finds it off the ground in the corner. The Skull will put break failure up 1-0 here.
Yep, and that is unfortunate for Doughboys because it's even harder to find motivation when you're in a deficit in the match. They still have half the game left to tie this up, but can they do it? Can they find that extra motivation to get themselves back into this match, or do we see the Game 5 win yet again coming up from Break Failure?
Yeah, great bump on the sidewall coming out from Dusty, and that great touch. Urban Living trying to find this one mid. Gets it to Skull, but I believe Skull was bumped on the approach. Skull just riding on the midfield. Not sure what happened there, but Scout not finding the pass, just kind of shooting it on the backboard. I'm looking for Team Doughboys to look for these passes. I don't know if I've seen a pass yet coming from them, unless it was just a missed shot off the backboard. I believe if they start looking for these passes and getting them, I think they'll be open. Sleepy.
Oh!
A great save coming out from Skull.
What a save indeed. I thought that one was in, but somehow he managed to keep it out. The bump attempt can't quite find either. And Break Failure somehow stay alive after that beautiful play coming out from Doughboys. Not quite anything to come out of it. Now it's going the other way, and Urban Living slots in the second goal for Break Failure. Now they have a 2-goal deficit for Doughboys in a 2-series deficit for Doughboys. You can see it in the cams. They're definitely getting a little bit down on themselves. And if you look at the other side of things, Urban Living and Dusty are just smiling. They look like they're having a good time. They definitely have the morale on their side. They have the points on their side. They have the match score on their side. They just need to lock it out before Doughboys can find their rhythm again.
Yeah, a lot of momentum from this Break Failure team so far. I don't think they're going to be slowing down anytime soon. Urban Living will try to make this 3-0. Can't quite find it though. Rooney with a good save on the goal line. But Dusty puts this one back out mid. This Doughboys team needs to score quick. There's only a minute left and they're down 2. They need to score with at least some time left on the clock. But Sleepy can't quite find it off the post. Rooney will try to put this one on net too. It's just over. Scout will find it after the 3rd shot attempt on this net.
Yep, I think Sleepy had to put it a little bit wide to try to get it around all those guys. Rooney had to put it a little high to get around Dusty, but there's Scout. He sees, nope, I can slam this one in the back of the net now, and he finds the one to slam in the back of the net. You can see a little bit of hope comes back in the cams of Doughboys. They look a little more hopeful all of a sudden. Maybe they can get it back a little bit. They're down 1-2, but it's still possible. With 50 seconds left, you can definitely bring this back. They don't look great yet, but they look like they've got a little bit more life inside them.
Yeah, being pretty aggressive on that 3rd man there was pretty risky, but that's what you need when you're down 2 with only a minute left. I don't know if you need to be quite as aggressive anymore, but it clearly worked for them earlier. I'm interested to see what their playstyle kind of changes into, or if it just stays the same as this aggressive 3rd man, aggressive everybody. Skull trying to shut this one down early. Dusty with control in the box. Can't quite find it. Sleep with a good 50. Back to Urban though. Rooney will have a free shot here. Puts it on target. Dusty with a great save on the goal line off the crossbar. Scout will try to put this one back mid. Sleepy can't quite find it. And Break Failure survives this one. Only 7 seconds left. They need to find one quick to keep it from being the series over. Sleepy will have to find a touch. And just not the greatest touch. Rooney has to keep this one up.
Pinch off the ceiling. Scout there to catch it. It goes backboard. Anyone there to keep it up? They're able to keep it up. And there it will drop, and Break Failures are your winner. Congrats to them on a great series played. What a battle. Doughboys definitely put up a massive game for that. Even though it was a game 5 win, it still is insane to see what a game coming out from them.
Yeah, just overall great pressure for the majority of the games, even that game that they lost. Just great pressure coming out from Team Break Failure. That's what I like to see coming from them. I think that is the playstyle they need to play from if they want to go on a run on this tournament. My goodness, I cannot find my words right now. But that's exactly what you want to see if you're a Break Failure team or a fan of theirs.
Yep, and let's see if we can get these guys in here for a post match, because what a match played indeed. We're yet to see that Game 5 broken up just yet, but we did see a dub from them. Congrats, guys, on the dub. What a game. Way to give us a series. That was intense on both ends of the field. You guys did a great job of pulling up the pressure. You guys' saves, you guys looked like Heat Assassin a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Every single one of you putting up an insane number of saves to keep those balls out of your net.
like to give
Yeah.
a shout out to Perchance. My pre-flip was sponsored by him.
Congrats. All right, my first question's got to go to Dusty because although Doughboys were the ones that took the timeout, I'm still curious as to what was being said in that timeout because you guys came out of that timeout even stronger. I mean, I know you guys didn't win the next match, but it was a 1-goal loss off of a Rule 1. So you guys definitely still played amazing and responded to a great Doughboys team. What was the talk during that timeout, or did you guys just vibe?
I mean, we were basically talking about keeping the same game plan alive. I mean, it was working out. We just got unlucky that third game. And just basically keep the pressure and just basically look for demos more.
So what was that game plan going into this match? I can direct that to
Just stay aggressive and just go for demos.
Gotcha, and
And it
that
worked out.
that definitely worked out. Getting
Yeah.
a 4-1 win. What a game. Yell Dog, do you have any questions for any of these gentlemen?
Yeah, Urban, being that 1B to the 1A of Dusty, how would you say your connection with him, the captain of this team, plays into the success of this team?
I don't know. Like, I've just started to play a little more. I only played like 1 hour a week, aka when we played. So I've just been struggling throughout the year, but I've been just putting a little more time and effort, and me and Dusty just link up, and Skull's doing a great job too. Like he's pushing up a lot more, and that's helping us stay aggressive. Like we don't leave a third guy in no man's land to get demoed all the time. So I think that's what helped us a lot this game, and it helps when I don't whiff 80% of my balls. So it's just been a lot better, and Dusty was scoring them today, and yeah, we just played pretty good for once. It was nice.
I will say that low hour buff does sometimes help a little bit. So, I guess that
You
could be
never
a little bit
know.
of credit to it. Skull, I got a question for you. That first game, you came alive. What was the warm? Because you were feeling good right off the rip. What was the warm up? How did you come out of a series like into a playoff match so strong?
I'd like to contribute mostly to, well, I won't say that on stream. Never mind. No, I'm kidding. No, honestly, the boys were just firing me up tonight. We went on a pretty big run in comp, and we ran into a couple lucky guys at the end, but vibes are high, and Urban was just feeding me energy, telling me to keep pushing up, keep pushing up. I could be in the back of their net, and he's like, I need you up further now. So, I don't know, just fired me up. I was ready to finally get a win on the board and prove that we still got what it takes.
Yeah, you were definitely coming alive for sure. You were there for all the 50s you need to be. You're there to shut them down on every push, and you're getting some amazing 50s, really getting aggressive. Love to see it. Well, congrats to you guys. Yell Dog, do you have any other questions for these lovely gentlemen?
No, none that I can think of right now.
Well, congrats anyways. Thanks for joining me for a winner's preview. We're going to keep it rolling. Thanks for joining me. Congrats again on the dominant win. Bravo, you guys. And best of luck with your next match against, I believe, McFlurries.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
it, boys. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Peace. All right, and that will be the first game of first series of the night tonight. We still have 2 more, so stick around for those. We have some Div A action coming up to you next. Telecommuters versus Bulldozers. But first, before that, Yellow Dog, do you have anything else you want to say before you skedaddle? Because we will be having a newcaster coming in after this match.
Nothing personally, but something I do want to mention that I kind of forgot about earlier. Team Break Failure was 2-0 to start their year, and then lost 6 straight, so that's huge for them, finally finding a win after 6 weeks of losing in a row. So
100%. That is huge for them. So bravo to them. Thank you, Yellow Dog, for joining me for this matchup tonight. With that, we're going to keep it rolling because these are best of 7s, so that one is a little short for a best of 7. We're going to keep it rolling, try to keep this as on time as we can get. Thank you again for joining us tonight, and thank you for joining Yellow Dog on the casting booth. And we will see you guys in a little bit. Peace.